5 red lights. And it is green, green, green here at Spa for the iGPFun Formula 3 Series. Jerome Langley and Sam Coleman getting off a good start right there as they all get onto the brakes, heading into turn 1 at La Source. And everyone's just still trying to find the way. Jerome Langley getting ahead of Coleman right there, clearing him around. His top 5 are all nose-tail right now, side by side. Yourself going up El Rouge and into Radion, because you can still definitely get that slowdown penalty. Here we go, Alistair Hay, McIntyre Jones, and Andy Flint. They're going to go 3 wide, heading into Lacombs. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? They're side by side. It's a big slide through there. It's Alistair Hay getting a wheel onto the front wing.
But Westman now defending, or should I say, trying to attack Alistair Hay as we head towards Ronchevon.
Andy Flint has made that move right before Blanchard. Going way wide is Alistair Hay. You can see the back end kicking around. That's going to be giving him a little bit less speed as his teammate Nicholas Westman swinging around the outside of the chicane and makes it work. And Hayes going into the pit lane as we got a spinner at the apex of the chicane as they start up lap number 5. And we already have drivers in the pit lane if your favorite driver is not where they usually are. As ooh, Langley gets a little bit offset right there through El Rouge and Radion as Coleman almost took opportunity right there, but Langley defending down to the inside and Coleman onto the attack around to the outside. Head into Brussels, but he's just going to let off and let
Austin Coleman getting ahead of Jerome Lamy. Thought Lamy was dropping back.
Watch it. Romanelli, a lot of speed. Gets past Bolek and almost making contact right there. They're so close through Blanchard. They go. I think Adam Talbot almost followed him through there. Adam Talbot currently 3rd in the championship. Coleman looks down to the inside of Langley, and Coleman goes late onto the brakes, gets his nose down to the inside, and cuts across the nose. Perfectly executed move by a lot of wheel spin coming out of La Source by Langley, and here comes Coleman. Coleman well lined up in there. Langley giving him that inside window, and what Langley's going to try to do is let Coleman by, use that draft that he's going to get. He's already getting a little bit of side draft right there, but they're side by side, kind of tied with the speed. Langley's going to try to beat him onto the brakes, but Coleman dives it up onto the inside. Coleman, your new leader here at Spa.
Coleman, Cherry had a massive mistake into the bus stop chicane. That's going to compromise him all the way up towards Lecombe. Jerome Lamy has gotten past Coleman for the lead, so that battle still raging on. O'Cherry's going to have to defend to the inside line. That's the best he can do, but Maruk has just got so much pace. That car trimmed out to what looks like the absolute limit. Maruk has got so much straight line speed. O'Cherry late on the brakes. He's going to have to send it down the inside there, side by side. Maruk's got the inside line. He takes it at the second part of the Lacombe chicane, and Maruk up to 7th place.
10th battle for our lead, side by side as they go through Lacombe, and it's now Jerome Langley taking the lead, but here comes Coleman. Coleman onto a run down to the inside. Sam Coleman looking for the lead at Bruxelles, and it is Sam Coleman for the lead.
That's what's happened to Adam Talisman while all of this is going on. Lamy needs the best run out. Actually, in scrap that, he's to the inside as we head into turn 1. Lamy retakes the lead, but Coleman
here at Spa, but Coleman's got to run. Coleman looking into Pouon. Coleman looking low. Coleman and Langley side by side at Pouon. Coleman goes down low. Coleman into the lead, but here comes Langley on the switchback at Pouon. Langley carrying the speed right there. Langley's got his nose ahead, but Coleman's now down to the inside, heading into La Fange. And it's Coleman into the lead now. They just swapped spots 3 times through these past 3 corners.
Driving by both of them, but crucially, Lamy has got this run out of Stavolo to down towards turn number 19, the bus stop chicane. This is where Lamy is so quick. He's going to go all the way around the outside. Are we going to see Marcus Ericsson and Max Verstappen in iRacing? Yes, we are. Lamy to the outside through Bronchemont. He's going to do it.
That is awesome move right there. Jerome Langley swinging around to the outside of Blanchemont to take the lead of the race as we just cross over the halfway point right now. Coleman looks down to the inside, but it's not going to happen as Langley goes wide and Langley stays ahead, but Coleman's in the draft. Coleman looking down low. He is not going to try it at El Rouge and Radion is there nose to tail right in the gearbox of each other.
So close to contact all throughout that section. Thought that Coleman was going to dart to the inside. He's got the run. He's going to have to go all the way around the outside of Lacombe. Exactly what Maruk did a few laps ago. Lamy just seems to have a quicker car in the straight line. Darts across to the outside.
Find his weaknesses and use that to your advantage. And he's going to try to do what Lamley did to him. He's going to look onto the outside of Blanchemont, but it's going to be cut off right there to Lamley. And Coleman almost made contact off the exit.
Once again, wider through turn one. That gives Coleman the look to the inside, and has Lamy lost the lead through a mistake.
Lamley is trying to go onto the outside of La Source to carry the speed through there, but it is messed up. It's backfired as Coleman takes the lead. Heading into El Rouge and rounding up, but that gives Lamley the drag and the tow. And now Lamley and Coleman drag racing down the Camel Straight there side by side. And Coleman falls to second place. Lamley cuts across the front nose. Coleman looking down to the inside. Probably not a little bit happy that Lamley just did that. He's going to take a look down to the inside and force Lamley trying to get him into his lane. Lamley gets onto the curb, onto the inside, but it's still Lamley just barely ahead of Sam Coleman. Sam Coleman getting a little bit of run. Coleman now looking down to the inside right now, heading into Brussels, and they're just millimeters apart from each other. He's got to force Lamley into a mistake. We've seen Lamley make the mistake into Lacombe, but La Source and Lacombe, as here goes Coleman once more, looking onto the outside at Blanchemont. He's got to force Lamley into making a mistake. Lamley is forced to stay tight right there as Coleman's got to an inside. Coleman's going late onto the brakes. Coleman into the lead to see if he tries that, but Lamley thought about it. He's just going to go for the end of the straightaway because Lamley's car is much faster in a straight line than Coleman, but Coleman looking for the speed onto the brakes, and Coleman dives it down to the inside, and it's Sam Coleman holding off Jerome Lamley and holding it for the lead. See, Lamley is just using all the track to gain with him and just carry that speed out of the chicane. Oh, he's left the door open. Here comes Lamley. Lamley's going to look down to the inside into La Source. And yes, he is. Lamley into the lead. But
you nail every single inch of this racetrack. You have to be as you have to drive on your fingertips as light as possible, steering movements as we head towards the top of the hill. Coleman to the outside. Once again, he's done this one before. Coleman hitting the rev limiter as well there.
Yeah, Coleman getting all the out of the exit and all out of the brakes, and he goes around the outside, but Lamley gets him right back in the following corner. Oh, this is beautiful racing right here as Coleman's trying to attack down to the inside, but it's cut off by Lamley. It says Coleman's going to try to go in all the way around the outside of Brussels, and he's done it. What a move by Sam Coleman for the lead.
Nobody does that. Supreme driving. I don't have any more words in my vocabulary to describe these two. Coleman, I have never seen a successful move around the outside of Brussels before. I don't think any viewers of Apex Racing TV, you will ever see that again. These drivers giving each other the maximum amount of respect needed. They are just enjoying themselves out there and giving us one of the best battles for the lead I think I've ever seen in my commentary career. Lamy in second place. Don't for 1 second count him out of this race. It's anybody's guess of who's going to come away with the win here tonight, and that is why iGPFun is honestly one of the best leagues that you can find in iRacing.
And here comes Lamley off the exit. They both get a little bit of oversteer right now. Who's attacking? Who's defending onto the inside? They're both staying to the right side of the track. They're swinging over to the left. The door is open for Jerome Lamley. Are we going to be seeing it again? Coleman's just leading out Lamley, but Lamley ties it out to the inside, and Jerome Lamley retakes the lead. But I think Coleman is playing Jerome Lamley right here to try to get that toe, but he's got a little bit too much. He just touched them. They're bump drafted here at Spa.
Said Formula 3s cannot bump draft. Look how close Coleman's getting. His head over Radion. They almost touch, almost Lamy having an aeroplane accident, ending into the barriers on the outside of Radion, where we've seen horror crashes here before. Coleman to the outside line. Lamy just keeping out a little bit of an advantage. Lamy using that straight line speed. Coleman not going to find a way past on the brakes into Lacombe. Coleman unable to replicate what he did 1 lap ago, but saw that Lamy made a mistake, was too eager to get on the throttle, but Coleman got a great opportunity. We saw Lamy go around the outside of Blanchemont a few laps ago. Coleman trying to repeat the favour.
Well, Coleman, he actually was successful around the outside. He forced Lamley to just hold off, and he almost does it again, but Lamley does not give him any inch. None taken, none given between these two. Lamley deep onto the brakes. The car just wiggling around right there, but Jerome Lamley now leading the race.
Marto, another one of our regulars on Apex Racing TV, Austin, completely agrees with you. Round 17, here we go.
Coleman's played it perfectly. Coleman got the draft, he got the run, and he's got the line down towards the inside. But does he have the car? Because he does have that little bit of drag, but he's definitely got the brakes diving down to the inside. Coleman for the lead.
We know how quick Lamey is in a straight line. He cuts to the inside line. He wants to take as little track as possible. Lamey gaining so much. Almost seems like he's going to make the move done before we've even hit halfway down the straight.
And here we go, Lammy round the outside, and he's cut off the nose of Coleman, but Coleman still got his nose out to the inside. Is Coleman gonna try to go really gutsy here? Closing that gap on Jerome Lamley and making that gain that Lamley would have gotten on him a little bit minuscule. And speaking of minuscule, a little bit of a hold up for Sam Coleman with Alan Lee on the outside where Coleman wanted to be on the lead up into Blanchimont. But Lamley makes a mistake into the braking zone. He goes a little bit deep. Here comes Coleman onto the attack. Coleman looks out to the inside. Is it side by side with 3 laps to go? Sam Coleman with the bravery of 1,000 men trying to put his nose down to the inside. He puts his nose late down to the inside at the end of the Kettle Straight, but they do not make contact, and it does not work. But Sam Coleman is putting Lamley through the ringer, and Lamley is putting Coleman through the ringer. Are we going to be seen around the outside again? Yes, we are. Coleman's going to try to do it again, and he does not able to keep it off, but he's got his nose down to the inside. Coleman's going to try it out to the inside of Speaker's corner, but it's not going to happen. Lamley using all the track and then some to stay ahead of Sam Coleman. This is outstanding.
Towards the apex. I don't want to rely on Coleman nailing his braking zone. Lamey running off the track.
Ooh, Lamey mid-corner, little bit of an oversteer. He wiggled a little bit, and that offset of it. Here comes Coleman sliding it down to the inside. It's
How did they not make contact? You never see overtakes out of Stavolo too, especially not in the dry. Lamey holds the advantage. Coleman not going to find a way around the outside.
Coleman attacking Lamey. Lamey defending onto the inside, but there comes Coleman with the attack. Lamey defending onto the inside. And Coleman's onto the outside. They're going to be side by side with 2 laps to go. Heading through Eldridge around it. Coleman just backing off. That's something I thought I would never say today, but he does back off right there. Now he's back onto the attack as they are going down through Kemmel and onto the Kemmel straightaway. Side by side, 2 laps to go. This is a setup, that final lap. Who wants to be behind? Who wants to be ahead? Coleman and Lamley side by side heading into Lacombe. Coleman around to the outside. Lamley onto the inside. Lamley holding off Coleman right there for the lead of the race.
Oh, Lamey wide on the exit of Malmedy. This is going to give Coleman an opportunity into one of his favourite corners of the track through Sales. We've seen him hold it around the outside line. Not enough grip, though, this time around, I should say. Sam Coleman off, actually, at Speaker's Corner for good measure. Coleman needs to find a way past. We're getting down to the do-or-die minutes of this race.
Coleman got a nose onto Pouon, but he's just a little bit too tight. He got up onto the curb, and Lamley holding it around to the outside at the entry. Jerome Lamley and Pouon absolutely like butter on toast, but Coleman looks around to the outside right there, trying to beat him on the brakes. He's trying every corner and every trick in the book, and we got 2 laps to go. Well, 1.5 laps to go here. And last lap we saw Lamley and Coleman have that mirror incident between each other. It's definitely much clearer through circuit. Kermit Palfrey and Stavelot as here we go on board to Sam Coleman. He's going to be on that bumper. He's lifted off right there. Coleman is setting himself up. He wants to be in this position. He's got a nose onto the outside. He's going to be lining himself up through that final chicane. Looking onto the outside once more. Going to try to force Lamley into that mistake of being late onto the brace, but neither of them making a mistake right now. And we got to do it one more lap again. White flag in the air. Let's do this. Coleman versus Lammy.
who is going to come out on top, who is going to be crowned the victor of this extraordinary iGPFun race. It's anybody's guess. Lamey defends to the inside. Coleman forced to take the long way around the outside of turn 1.
Heading onto the inside. Here we go. Coleman with like a rocket ship looking onto the outside. Heading into Lacombe. They're side by side. Coleman's got the nose ahead heading into Lacombe. He's now got the inside line, but Laley is still right there. Laley getting onto the inside. They bang wheels just a little bit. Laley and Coleman still side by side. Coleman getting a little bit side by side. As they are still side by side. Coleman is onto the outside. Heading into Brussels, and Coleman's got the lead. In his favorite corner, Sam Coleman is into the lead with just 10 corners to go. Is it Coleman? Is it Jerome Laley? We still don't know. 3 corners to go, Blanchimont, and then the bus stop chicane. Let's go racing. 310 separate them right now. Laley is closing in. He is like a cruise missile right now. 110 separate them on the exit of Blanchimont. They're side by side. Get on your feet. Here we go. Laley onto the outside. Coleman onto the inside. Deep onto the brakes they go. And then crossover move by Coleman. Gets onto the front bumper. Sam Coleman. First victory here in iGPFun. Wow.
Wow, indeed. What a race. What a spectacular finale we had around here. That was one of the best closing laps of a race I've ever seen. Shout out to Nicholas Westman. He's in third. Not had much screen time as him. Westman just seizing the opportunity where cars were sort of falling off the track around him. He just prevailed. Gavin Petty fourth. Will McIntyre Jones fifth. Lucas Baruch in sixth. It's the Digital Apex 5th and 6th. Great points for the Digital Apex team. Nardo Cherry 7th. Roman Neely in 8th place. Andrew Brunton in 9th. Evan Way in 10th place. James Cockram in 11th. Alistair Hay in 12th place. Mohamed Balik is 13th with Marcelo Kessler alongside him in 14th place. Andy Flynn 15th, was racing actually up in the top 3. Andy Flynn falling away, had a few spins I do believe in the latter stages of the race. That puts him down in 15th place. Christian Glamset to 16th. Patrick Rowlands in 17th. Rafael Munzer in 18th place. Ben Gietti up 17. He's in 19th place with Matthew Gracie in 20th place. He's up some 21 places. Victor Barris, a sort of a victim of the race earlier on. He's in 21st place after that mistake that we saw on the opening lap. Richard Van Veen 22nd. Leo Lung in 23rd, Frankie Franchica 24th, Mac Brewer 25th, Tony Jimenez 26th, Chris Trott 27th, Killen Richie Robinson is in 28th place, Rory Collins 29th with Noel Richie Robinson in 30th place. Alan Lee, we saw him at the end of the race, he was in 31st place with Robert Ridgway alongside him in 32nd. Vyacheslav Podopenko is 33rd, and then we get, unfortunately, into our retirement. We have Darren Rowlandson, he retired on lap 18. Giacomo Murgia on lap 15. Nick Carty on lap 14. Reed Dennis on lap 12. Adam Tausma on lap 10. Philip Lucas on lap 7. Clark Williams on lap 4. Simone Fessy on lap 1. And Timu Milikangas and Pesniak did not make a full lap.
Sam Coleman versus Jerome Laley will go down in the history books of iGPFun as one of the greatest 22-lap fights we have ever seen here on iRacing. That was amazing.
I think, scrap that, one of the best moments we've ever seen on Apex Racing TV. That's going to take some fight, some incredible spectacle to be. I am in awe of those two drivers. How did they not make contact after all that was going on? They were never more than a second away from each other. At no point did they even get close to making contact. There was a few Will bangs, but that was all seemed tactical. There was no bad blood between them, and I'm sure that they must be absolutely buzzing right now. Coleman more than Lamey, but you can't help but almost accept after a race like that that the racing was so good, you don't even really care about the result.